Hey guys, welcome to Beware the Awakening. Took a Panic Python featuring new Team Rocket's Arbok with the Potent Glare ability, locking our opponent from playing any Pokemon that has an ability from their hand except Team Rocket's Pokemon as long as this card is in the active spot. While playing it with our Spidops from PAL Evolved, using its Entangling Trap attack to shuffle both active Pokemons and all attached cards back into their deck, essentially removing our opponent's active Pokemon from play while reactivating the lock with Arbok's ability. We also have one Chingling, two Rockets Botherbot, one Grabber, one Xerosic, and one Airy to disrupt our opponent's hand, two Rockets Watchtower for the ability lock, two Gravity Gemstone for our Rockets Grimer, discarding our opponent's active Pokemon and all attached cards at the end of their next turn with its Corrosive Sludge attack. We've also got one Budew for the early item lock, one Pecharunt EX for the free switch, one Eldegoss for the surge support along with our supporters for the draw, one 𝑷𝑻𝑪𝒻𝑳 for the extra disruption, one counter catcher, and one Team Rocket's Giovanni to pull out any one of our opponent's bench into the active, one Colress's Tenacity to help us search for our neutralization zone and special energies, one Super Rod with 4 Team Rocket's energy, 3 reversal, and 2 basic darkness energies. So that's all for the deck list. Now let's go for some gameplay and see how well this deck works. Okay, let's go for our first game with Panic Python. It's not the coding Python, but let's just call it that. We got heads. We got tails for the coin flip. We actually chose tails, so we're going first. Let's start off with our Ekans. Jesse's Ekans? Nope, it's just the Grunts Ekans. It's Team Rocket's Grunts Pokemon, which is a bit weird. Where are Jesse and James? Where are them at? They're probably hiding out at the base or something, but whatever. So let's get our Tarountula. The only way Tarountula gets to attack with the Entangling Trap is with the reversal, because we're not doing any basic grass energy or Luminous. Luminous doesn't work with Team Rocket's energy because Team Rocket's energy is a special energy, obviously. So yeah, if we don't have the reverse condition, if we don't have the price counter, we are not able to use Entangling Trap. So it's kind of a weird strategy going on here. If you keep spreading though, you know, eventually if they evolve their Pokemon, they do a boss or what's the word again? Iron Bundle, Rhyme, if they push your Arbok to the bench. So it's always important to evolve your second one so that if they push it, you can put forward the second into the active, basically locking them all over again. They would have to play a boss or a Giovanni. Team Rocket's Giovanni, not Giovanni's Charisma. They would have to pull out a specific bench Pokemon, a counter catcher or something. Otherwise, you know, they can't get across the Arbok's ability. So it's not perfect though. The ability is a bit weird because they are still allowed to play Pokemon that doesn't have abilities from their hand. They are still allowed to play Nest Ball for their Fezandipiti. They are still allowed to do TM Evo, obviously. There are a lot of ways to put Pokemon into play, so I'm not really sure how useful this ability actually is, but yeah, this is just a test run. If they have enough bosses, if they have enough, you know, enough balls in their deck, if they play Artisan especially, then we don't have, it's not really that easy to win. We're doing a lot of disruption though. I guess we could play the attack because the spinning attack is actually pretty powerful. So it kind of allows you the reverse condition or the multi-price KO, right? You're locking them and then eventually you get the multi-price kill, or you get to play your reverse condition. So reversal actually works on your second Arbok as well. If your opponent somehow manages to evolve, get past the ability, we don't really have a proper hand disruption technique. We're kind of just, you know, throwing hand disruption cards into the deck as we can. The bot is not really that useful though, but it's kind of a fun card to play. If they have good cards in their prize, then the bot could actually be helping your opponent. So be very careful when you're choosing whether or not to put the card, whether or not to switch the card in their hand with the price card, right? With the face down price card. It's obviously going to turn face up, so your second bot might not be that useful anymore. If your opponent draws prizes fast enough, Well, you still probably would be able to use a second one, but the third or fourth copy might actually be a bit more difficult. For example, if your opponent does a boss on your Pecharunt EX or does a snipe like with Dragapult, we don't have 𝑽𝒊𝒐𝒂𝒓𝒄. So if they knock out 2 Pokemon at a time, or if they play Dusknoir as well, if they draw multiple prize, or if they draw their prize cards fast enough, you might not have enough face down prize cards for you to play your third bot, is what I'm trying to say. So since the prize card turns face up for the rest of the game, you're not actually allowed to play the bot to switch a random card from your opponent's hand with that face up prize card. It has to be a face down prize card, right? So that's what I'm trying to get across here, is that you might not be able to play your fourth one. That's why we're not playing 4 copies of that card. The third one could be difficult to play as well, depending on which deck you're up against, which meta. But anyways, we're up against a Dragapult Charizard. So Charizard cannot evolve, but Dragapult can, because Dragapult doesn't have an ability, but Dracloak has an ability though. So if they play Rare Candy, they can cheat evolve and get past our lock. Dragapult is an EX Pokemon, so all we need to do is get our neutralization zone and continue the disruption. But then they get the snipe on the bench though, so if they snipe enough times, they might be able to kill all of our bench with damage counters. So we gotta be careful. We have to play on our Grimer to basically discard that Dragapult from play once they evolve it, once they do the knockout on an active. Yeah, because we can't actually switch. Oh, we can actually switch in the Grimer though, because it's a dark type, it's a poison Pokemon. We can use Pecharunt EX to switch in our Grimer to the active spot, and then use Corrosive Sludge to discard that EX from play at the end of their next turn if they don't retreat or switch. So obviously the effect goes away if they retreat or switch. That's why we have Gravity Gemstone, forcing them to discard their energy if they choose to retreat. If they have Latias though, playing a basic, obviously it's a stage 2 evolution EX, but if they play like Latias, if they do Nest Ball for it, there's nothing we can do. Pecharunt as well. There are a lot of ways to counter Gravity Gemstone, which is completely annoying, but I'm not complaining because this set is actually pretty fun though. We got cool cards like Venture Bomb, we got really interesting new dynamics going on here. Like, I'm not complaining for this set, honestly. It's such a fun set. Really cool abilities, which is actually kind of puzzling because it's really hard to make them work for the current format, for the current meta, but I don't care because they are really revolutionary. These new abilities are actually quite original. Maybe they're in the classic Team Rocket set, Team Rocket's Pokemons. Maybe they've been done before, but I don't know. I've never heard of it. This Arbok ability is kind of new to me. Some of it are kind of, reinventions. They're kind of bringing back old cards as well. Like from Phantom Force, Crobat from Phantom Force, they're turning into an EX ability. So it's a bit different, but sort of the same thing. But still, at least they're doing something different, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, we're starting to snipe. They can't play Shaman from their hand, but they can still, as I said, use Artisan, Nest Ball to pull that into play and denying us the bench snipe on their non-rule box Pokemon. If they have Fezandipiti or Mew EX on the bench, though, if they have Latias as well, we can still do damage to that thing. We can still slowly do damage over time and collect the extra KO. It's going to be a long time though, because they have 210 HP. So you need like about 6 turns, I guess, 7 turns before you can do a knockout. And it needs 3 darkness energy, so it's not easy. If you play reversal for your second one though, it could actually help you. But if you draw your first couple prizes already, reversal might not be that easy to play. So make sure to attach energies onto your second Arbok already, preparing for I'm not so sure though, preparing for the second attack, for your second one to be able to attack. If you attach it too early though, you might not have enough energy for your Grimer to do Corrosive Sludge, so sometimes it's better to just save a couple Team Rocket's energy for your Grimer, save a couple Darkness energy maybe, because you can actually play Reversal for Grimer as well to satisfy the colorless cost. We do have 2 basic Darkness and 1 Night Stretcher, 1 Colress's Tenacity to search for our basic energy or even the special ones. So there's that. There's also our neutralization zone. Don't forget about that card. It's important to play that at the right time. Make sure to disrupt them with your watchtower before playing your neutralization zone, because watchtower could actually force them to play out their stadium, and then once they don't have ways to search for their last stadium card, or once they run out of their stadium, only then should you be playing your neutralization zone to lock them from doing any damage on your non-rule box Pokemon by their EXs. Okay, we're gonna do our subjugating chain to put forth Grimer. Have the Team Rocket's energy already attached. Let's just play Corrosive Sludge. We don't have the Gravity Gemstone, unfortunately, so if they retreat, they can still survive the discard. They can deny us the discard, but then they would have no energy and they would have to dig for the switch. They might get Iono or Surfer, you never know, or even the rescue board. But apparently they're just gonna do the KO here. Phantom Dive knocking out our Grimer, but then we still get to activate the effect, so at the end of their turn, Dragapult EX goes into the discard pile. Bye bye Dragapult. Okay, they got one prize, and then they get to snipe our bench as well. They get to hex our bench with damage counters. We're gonna put forth Eldegoss in the active. And out goes the Dragapult. Bye! We're not drawing any prize card for the discard, but it's still a heavy, EX gone from play. Just gonna help us for our next KO. Let's just slowly charge up our second Arbok and start sniping the bench, swooping across for 30 damage with Spinning Tail. So maybe we should be playing some hit and run attackers if they have Shaman in play, just to, something like Eldegoss that shuffles itself back to the deck or puts itself back into your hand. We have Curl Up, Fade Out. We have what's that thing called again? Bombardier EX's Shadow Bind or something that puts itself back into your hand for 130 damage. Shadow Bind is 3 colorless cost though, so I'm not sure how we're gonna attach energy on the thing. Maybe Xatu, maybe Crispin, Glass Trumpet, what have you. Anyways, now we're gonna do Breezy Gift, searching our deck for any 3 cards, helping us with more disruption before playing Spinning Tail, my bad. We're gonna get Xerosic, Airy, maybe even Neutralization Zone. I don't think we should be getting this third Arbok. We got Ultra Ball in our hand, I think. We're being a bit lax here, not evolving the Arbok early. We should be evolving it already, but I think we missed that step or something. We got a bit tired for this game because we have it in our hand, so I think I'll just leave you guys to focus on the game. Don't want to be sick of my voice. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time. Have a great day and bye everyone.